It has come to my attention that I have 399 subscribers. The next one will be the 400th subscriber. And this was begun in 2011, so 13 years. 399 subscribers. My philosophy is not the philosophy of the algorithm. Mine is a different kind of journalistic, educational documentation of my perception of the world as I pass through it, and a place to collect some of these thoughts in the hope that others who find resonance with them can gain strength, or motivation, or sometimes even just a belief that they're not alone. This I've been doing for decades, and my methodology is always the same. I kind of get made fun of for it now, because I'm using the same methodology I used, say, in the 8th grade for what I'm attempting here. And it was sort of the product of the era I'm from, and it is one long investigation, a lifetime, within which I work with time as an element via this methodology. And on a rainy day in San Francisco, I wanted to thank you 399 people and just say a few words. Repeated abuses of the truth by our society, and I mean everybody, both sides of the aisle and all the non-voters, every race, creed, color, and type of American. Repeated abuses of the truth, and accumulated, it comes to years, are years of wasted time. So listen, time is a commodity. But because a negative balance of time is misperceived, we're marching in the wrong direction. And moving fast in the wrong direction is tantamount to moving slower than slow. If time were linear, it would mean we'd have to go all the way back up the rope we just came down. And we must stop the train in order to honestly work our way out of this, rather than stampede toward negative conclusions like apocalypses. Much of my work takes time. It takes time. And it takes time as an element, and works with it as an element of composition. When I was young, and I think a lot of young artists identify with time like overly, and it's about time stamping. This happened the first time. That's a bunch of it for years, and then it's creating projects that are intensely, time stamped, and documenting in journals, which I've done, of course, for 40 years, like many of you. And it's for stamping time as a historical value, in all of our young, lives. It's like, and here I put this in quotes, this happened, and I build my truth on it happening at this time. But I took a different approach. I have taken a different approach now for a long time, like 50 years. I've been pocketing away chunks of time that are part of a different thing. The closest comparison, comp, is Buddhism, I guess. My work thus takes time to create and to understand. And you've just committed as long as it took you to get here. But it could be something you're looking at that I've made, or if you pan through all the stuff I've put on this YouTube channel. They're not extant to the moment in history, as much as they are a parallel history. And the things I'm voicing and protecting are not often found in the presentation of history. And thus my perception of the truth has now, after many years, I'm running sidelong to yours, to all of ours. I'm trying to read as many of yours as I can and participate to the extent of my ability, but repeated abuses have made it much worse. Harder for me to be able to join you. And so I isolate more and more. I'm transfixing time in this recording. And if it takes a week, or a month, or a year, or 30 years for it to be heard and understood by many people, say, there are the dimensions of the time we're creating together. That's what that is. These are the dimensions of that. There are many of these.